Welcome to the Love You Deserve podcast. This podcast is for professional women over the age of 30 who are ready to attract healthy love without settling, shrinking, or second guessing themselves. I'm your host, Coach Yolanda. I'm your certified relationship coach. I'm here for smart, driven, professional women who know what they want and they are ready to do dating differently. Let's get into today's episode. Today, we're going to talk about the number one dating mistake that smart women make and how to avoid it. The number one dating mistake that smart women make. So, here's something that I tell the women that I coach. I see this all the time. They are intelligent, accomplished, professional women, yet they fall into this same trap. The trap of trying to prove to this guy that they're dating that they are worthy of his interest, when in fact, it should be the opposite. They should be trying to see if he's worthy of their time. And we fall into that trap as professional women, women in general, but professional women also. We fall into this trap of now I'm trying to prove myself to this guy that I'm on a date with. I'm trying to sell myself to him. I'm trying to paint myself in the best light to this guy in hopes that he would be interested in me. Well, the truth is, if he wasn't interested in you, he would not have ever asked you out. So we know he's interested in you, but what we're trying to find out on this dating and doing this dating process is, what is he exactly interested in? Is he interested in knowing more about you as a person, or is he just looking for the next conquest, the next person that he's going to have sex with? So we have to have our eyes open to seeing what these guys are up to when we go out on a date with them. So this is your take home point. The number one dating mistake that smart women make is that they date to prove themselves instead of dating to choose. Did you hear what I just said? The number one mistake that smart women make is that they date to prove themselves. They don't date to choose. Mm, Let that marinate for a minute. Why are they dating to prove themselves? Because they're in performance mode. We're so used to performing as professional women. We're so used to giving presentations or pitching offers or having meetings. We're so used to performing that we don't necessarily know how to turn it off when we go on a date and now we're trying to have a conversation with a guy. We're still in this performance mode as if we're talking to a board of directors and we're trying to pitch our vision to the board of directors, and we want to gain their interest because we want them to back our vision. But dating is not like that. Dating is different. In dating, instead of us trying to paint ourselves in this wonderful light so that we appear interesting in dating, our our goal, our objective is to figure out who's on the other side of that table and to figure out if that person is interested enough to be in our life. It's not about performing, it's about showing up as your authentic self so that you can see if the person opposite of you even has what it takes to be your friend. Because remember, friendship is the basis of any lasting relationship. We treat dating like a job interview, as if we're auditioning for love, and it's not true. But that's how the world wires us to live our lives in the business world in some kind of way. We bring that over into dating. But when you shift away from performing, when you stop thinking about what is he thinking about me? Does he think I'm too loud? Does he think I'm too heavy? Does he think I'm too skinny? Does he think I have too many degrees? Does he think bad about me because I make more than him? Does what he thinks matters more to you than what you think about yourself? You're in trouble. Sometimes we can get in this performance mode and we can ignore a red flag that we're seeing in dating because we want to continue to go out with this guy. And it may be something as simple as their values don't match us, that we want different things. Some people you can't even be friends with because you guys are so opposite. And it's okay if you meet a guy and you're so opposite that you can't even be friends. That's cool. Remember that the number one dating mistake that women make is that they date to prove that they're good enough instead of dating to choose someone who's good enough for them. And we're not going to fall for that, are we, ladies? No. Ask yourself this question when you're dating. Do you even like him? Do you even like this guy? Or are you just going out with him for dating's sake? Are you just going out because he asked you, or you just going out because you didn't have anything else to do, and you say, well, it's a free meal. Guess I'll go out with him because he takes me to nice restaurants. Ask yourself, do you even like him? Or are you just trying to be liked? Are you trying to get him to like you more than the fact that you're not even really that interested in him? Dating for dating's sake. That's a red flag for you because you don't want to settle. You don't want to settle. Now, I know that instant chemistry seems very popular nowadays, but that's a Hallmark movie because there are people who've been married for 20, 30 years that couldn't stand each other on the first date. And then there are people who had chemistry on the first date that ended up breaking up before they even became exclusive. So you can't go by chemistry alone and say, I choose this guy because the chemistry is popping. I want you to consider these three things. I want you to reframe your thinking if you find yourself proving that you're good enough when you go out on a date. Think about these three things. Think about this. Number one, you are the chooser, not the chaser. The Bible says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. And there's our goal, ladies. Hey, we're here today to get to know a guy that's going to lead to an exclusive relationship, that's going to lead us to being engaged, that's going to lead us to being married. Because we're not just here to waste time. We want to be married. That's our end goal. That's our end game. But in order to get there healthy, we got to know we're the chooser. And it's okay. We don't have to chase a man. We're not thirsty. If he's interested, he will call. And if he's not, he won't. And he won't make excuses for why he can't call. He won't make excuses for why he can't text if he's the guy for us. He will chase us. We won't have to chase him or overgive in our relationships. Number two, remember that you're not here to earn his affection. See, love should be freely given. Respect should be freely given. And if he's interested, he's going to let you know without you having to pull it out of him. You shouldn't have to fish for compliments. If you look nice and he thinks you look not, he's gonna tell you. And if he's not that into you, or if he's not into you that way, then know this guy is just gonna stay on the friend list, because he may say, I like spending time with you, but I don't look at you in a sexual way. This guy, you may continue to go out on a date with him. You may even do group dates with and invite this guy along. But this guy won't be on the list of men that we consider to be exclusive with. Why? Because he has already said that you're not his type. Now, you may continue to date, and over time, he may say, man, she ain't my type. Well, she cool. I'm beginning to have feelings for her. You never know. You never ever know. But you don't have to earn it. You just be your authentic self, because you are good enough just the way you are. Number 3, you're here to discern. You're here dating this guy. You're in this relationship to discern if he aligns with your values, if he aligns with the vision you have for this relationship, and if you two vibe, if your energies match, if he is giving as much effort to this relationship as you are. Because we don't want to be the only one calling. We don't want to be the only one suggesting ideas for dates. If he's interested, he's going to say, well, let's do this. Well, let's do that. If he's interested, he's going to give 50% in this relationship. So don't overgive, don't overgift. If he gives you a $10 gift card, don't give him a $100 gift card. If he takes you to Starbucks, don't take him to Perry's, which is in a restaurant here where I live, where the ticket starts at $100. So don't let him take you to Starbucks, but you take him to Perry's. No. You want to give equally. You want to gift equally. And don't fall prey for this. It's for somebody. It's pulling on me. It's not in my notes. Don't fall prey for these guys who are predators, in that they date professional, successful women who have money, and then they say, oh, my car broke down. Can you give me $2,000? Oh, I lost my job all of a sudden, and now I'm behind on my rent. Can you loan me $3,000? No. No. See, we date men who are self-sufficient. And yes, things happen, but their situations are not your responsibility. You can pray for them, but as far as giving a man you're dating money, no, I don't advise that. I've watched too many Judge Judy episodes where the men break up. It was a gift when they were dating, but then they broke up, and now the woman is trying to get her money back. So, no, no, because that man's going to get money from you and be gone to the next professional woman that he sees that got the bag, and he's going to get money from her and then move on. And there are men who are professional daters, who date women like us, who are bosses, who have the bag, and they take from us and they move on. So be vigilant. Don't try to perform, and choose wisely. The next time you go on a date, instead of wondering, does he like me? Ask yourself this: do I feel emotionally safe and seen in his presence? Does he see me? Does he see me for who I really am? Can he see past the locks? Can he see past the makeup? Can he see my heart? Can he see past the degrees? Can he see past the 7-figure income? Can he see past all of that and see who Yolanda really is? Can he see me? When he's with me, do I feel like the only woman in the room, or does he have wandering eyes? Wandering eyes is a red flag. If you're dating this guy, again, this is not in my notes. Somebody is pulling on me. This is not in my notes. If you're out with a guy on a date, there are always going to be fine women and there are always going to be fine men. But a red flag that he's not able to control his body is that he's not able to control his eyes. That is a red flag. Women, we see fine men all the time, but we can see without being obvious that we're looking. Your man that you're dating can see a beautiful woman without it being obvious that he sees a beautiful woman, okay? But this following another woman's butt with his eyes, turning all the way around to look at her butt in your presence, commenting on what she got on sexually in your presence, that's all red flags. And you know what that red flag is saying? That sometimes we miss because sometimes we can be thirsty and we just want a man. If he can do that in your presence, he's doing worse behind your back. He's doing worse behind your back. That's a red flag that this guy does not have control over his body, does not have control of his hands. He's the kind of guy that would probably smack somebody on the behind. No. Save yourself a lot of heartache and go ahead and put him in the friend list. Yeah, that's where he needs to stay because he's going to end up breaking your heart because he can't control his body. Red flag. That's for somebody. Ask yourself this. Not only am I seen in his presence, do I feel emotionally safe in his presence? Ask yourself, is his actions consistent with his conversation? Now, that's a good one. Now, if somebody had challenged me on that in my first marriage, I probably wouldn't have married that guy. But his actions didn't match his conversation. My first husband was saying all the right things, but he was not able to back it up. And me being thirsty, having this, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. I'm talking about it in my book, which will be out very soon, The Love You Deserve. Um, it talks about types of dating personalities. And my dating personality was that I'm the fantasy person. Was dating potential. I saw the potential in him to be more than he was. I fell in love with the guy he could be. And I fooled myself into thinking that with the support of the right woman, that he would become what he could be. Not that did not happen because he didn't want it. I wanted it for him, but he didn't want it for himself. So don't date potential. You want to make sure their words and actions match. Are they integritous? Do they word match what they say? Do they keep their word? If he say he gonna be here at 7 o'clock, it's 7:45. He hadn't called, he hadn't showed up. Why? Red flags. His words need to match his actions. Be observant. Don't just Don't just take it for face value and say, well, at least I'm dating. No, we want you to date smart. Remember, smart women succeed in dating when you stop over functioning and start observing. Smart women. Somebody said this to me. Smart women succeed in dating when you stop over functioning and start observing. You have to observe, because one thing I've learned about men, they can't pretend for very long. Pretty soon, their true nature is going to come out. So if you just wait, you're going to see the real guy. And then you're going to see that his actions don't match his charming conversation. If he's hiding something, it will come out. Smart women succeed in dating when they stop over functioning and start observing. That's good. Okay. You got a journal prompt. In your journal, I want you to answer this question truthfully. What would it look like for you to date from a place of curiosity instead of a place of trying to prove that you're worthy? What would it look like if you went out on dates being curious about what this other person had to offer instead of consuming your thoughts with, what can I do to make myself more interesting to him? Because when you do that, when you go on a date, you're focused on you and you're not focused on him, and you'll end up missing a red flag. And we don't want that. We want you to stop over functioning and start observing. Remember, you're not too much and you're not too picky. You just need to stop shrinking and start choosing. Did you hear what I just said? Stop shrinking. Stop trying to change who you are to fit in with this guy. This guy said he like women who know how to bowl. So now you trying to figure out, learn how to bowl. You don't even like bowling, but you want to be liked by this guy. Stop trying to fit in the mold. Just be yourself, because you are enough. You are enough. Maybe you don't like bowling and he loves bowling. Guess what? Oh, your date, he may decide to take you bowling. You say, you know what? I'm not a bowling fan because I have these nails, but I'm willing to try something new. So, hey, show me how to bowl. Teach me what you know, master. And that would be opening a door for you to show up as your authentic self, someone who doesn't like to bowl, but willing to try it, to be open. And that shows him, man, she cool. She willing to try something she don't even like because I like it. And that goes a long way, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you have a man who is flexible and bendable, and you want to also be that person. So, hey, it's a win-win. Stop shrinking and start choosing for yourself. Okay, that's my best shot. Thanks for joining me for the Love You Deserve podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I want you to share it with someone. If you're interested in more dating resources, check out my blog that's on my website at yolandabethea.com. That's yolandabethea.com, and I'll leave that in the show notes. Remember that the love you deserve is never, ever, 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 ever too much to ask for. See you next time.